This fragrance right here is not only extremely underrated, but I feel like it's a fragrance that every man needs in their collection. What's up, boys? Welcome back to the Tony Aromas YouTube channel. Today we got matcha. And guys, today I want to talk about a fragrance that has absolutely blown me away since the moment I've tried it. I ended up pulling the trigger on it, and honestly, the results and the compliments and the performance and everything about it has absolutely been phenomenal. And I think that this is a true gentleman scent, like my boy Tris likes to say. You know, we were talking about this fragrance and Tris was like, yo, it's just honestly a true gentleman scent. So today I want to talk about this fragrance right here by Widian. It is called Aswan. So if you've been following me on TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that, you know that I've been talking about this fragrance for like probably a couple weeks now. I recently just picked up my own bottle, but I've been talking about it for a little bit, and it hasn't really caught much traction. And that's okay, because you watching this video right now have a chance to try it out for yourself and then possibly have something that a lot of other people don't have. So let's talk about it. Alrighty, so let's first start by looking at how beautiful the bottle is. As you can see, the name is written in hieroglyphics, which I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that this fragrance, Aswan, is named after a city in Egypt, which would make sense because all of the other fragrances in the Sapphire collection are named after cities, because you have New York and you have London, which are also two really good scents. But for me, Aswan is just absolutely amazing. So I do want to get into the notes of this fragrance so you guys know exactly what to expect from it. I'll tell you right off the bat, you're going to get a fruity, fresh, bergamot-like opening. And then like maybe 30 minutes to an hour in, that's when you really start to get more tobacco and leather. But let me go ahead and read the notes for you, just so you guys have a pretty good idea of what to expect from the fragrance. I normally don't like to go too much based off notes, because sometimes notes aren't perfect, if that makes sense. But basically what you get with this fragrance is Italian bergamot, pink peppercorn, and raspberry in the opening. In the middle notes, you're going to get violet leaves, Virginian cedar wood, gray amber in the middle, and then in the base notes you're gonna get patchouli, vanilla, tobacco, musk, and leather. So this is basically says a timeless scent enriched with bergamot, raspberry, and pink pepper, leading to a luxurious blend of cedar, violet, and ambergris that embodies the rich heritage of ancient treasures. That's coming straight from the Widian website. So I think that's a pretty good description of it, to be honest. You're gonna get like a slightly peppery, fresh, bergamot, fruity, raspberry opening, and then later it dries down into the super rich, masculine scent. And guys, honestly, this fragrance is perfect. This is a gentleman's scent. Like I said earlier, this is just an absolutely amazing fragrance. It's versatile enough because it does open with some really good freshness, and then it dries down into a super serious fragrance in a way, but not something that you can't wear at all times, if that makes sense. Like, if I only had this fragrance, I think I could definitely rock it. Like, I could just make it work. I actually wore it to the gym yesterday, which I know that leather scents are usually not something that you would want to wear to the gym, but honestly, because of that freshness in the opening, it is pretty versatile, and that's why I think I really, really like it. Actually, I had a guy come up to me. He was like, yo, bro, I need to know what you're wearing. I told him that I make videos, and he ended up following me on TikTok. But basically, he was just like, man, it just reminds me of like a fragrance that I have, blah, blah, blah. It smells really good. And guys, this is just truly that fragrance. I see this fragrance having a lot of aura. Another thing that I really like about it, and the reason why I recommend it so much, it's because the leather in this fragrance is very easy to digest, right? It is not a leather that is going to come off extremely unwearable, that it's too strong. And honestly, I would say that it's pretty mass appealing. Like, this is not ombre leather. This is not oud maracuja. This is not ombre nomad. This is not none of those really heavy leathers. It is a very smooth leather that honestly, even if you're new into leather scents or new into niche perfumery, I think you could really enjoy this fragrance. And the reason that I can tell is not only from my nose, but my girlfriend absolutely loves smelling Aswan on me. And usually I use her as a teller of like, what do I consider mass appealing, right? Because she likes, well, first of all, the fact that she's a female, it gives me a different perspective, but it also, she's not big into super crazy niche fragrances. Like, for example, she absolutely hates Oud Maracuja. She doesn't like La Mar Noir by Cajal. These heavy leather oud and like all those fragrances that are super dark and extremely potent, she really does not like them. And a lot of times I actually end up not wearing the fragrances because I don't want to bother her, especially with like Oud Maracuja, which I personally love, but she really can't stand it. So I don't wear them as much because I spend so much time with her. But having her give me her opinion on it, I know that if you guys went out and tried this fragrance, Aswan, I know that even if you're new to the game of fragrances, even if you're looking for something that's not too potent, but you still want to have a really powerful impression, this is an amazing fragrance for that. And that's why I say that this is really the only fragrance that you would need as a man, or the one fragrance that you really need as a man, because it truly just checks off all the boxes. Another thing that I want to mention, performance is absolutely insane in this fragrance because I'm getting easy 8-9 hours on it. And sometimes even by the 10th hour, it's still there. It's just more of a skin set by then. Of course, the higher projection hours are going to be, I would say the first 5 to 6 hours, you're going to get some really good like potency, some really good projection from it. But then later, you know, you're still going to have it on your skin. Like, you know, at the 8th hour, it's still going to be on your skin. It's just not going to be freaking creating a huge bubble around you. But man, the performance is great. Projection is what I consider to be perfect as well, because I also don't always want to wear a fragrance that like it's gonna choke people out. Sometimes that's unnecessary depending on the occasion. So I think that this has enough projection to be like, yo, I'm him type deal. Like I'm walking in here like, yo, what's up? I'm here. But it's also not gonna be overdone. And the blending, the mixture, the way they went about this fragrance, it is a very elegant, and I honestly think that every man should have this in your collection. Now, I do get a little bit annoyed sometimes because I've been talking about it and not a lot of people have caught up to the trend of Aswan, but that is okay because that gives you the opportunity to check it out, try it out, and possibly even purchase it without a lot of other people having it, and you're going to be a lot more unique. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there because I actually had to like cut the video a little bit because for some reason it just stopped recording midway through my sentence on the earlier clip. So this is like the third time I've recorded this video altogether, probably fourth, I don't even know at this point. But thank you guys for watching. Consider supporting the channel by showing love with likes, comments, whatever. If you have tried Aswan, please let me know what you think about it. And if you're gonna try it, once you do, let me know because I love to hear people's opinions on it, what they think, if they liked it, they didn't like it. And like I always say, thank you guys for watching and make sure to follow Tony Aromas for more.